Hi, I'm Allie, and in this Beader episode, we are going to discuss galvanized seed beads. So this question comes up a lot in our Facebook group for beading and jewelry making on Facebook. You can join there and ask to become a member. And a lot of feedback is given for questions that people have. Most of them are very logical questions, and very logical answers can be given. So this question comes from one of our community members about galvanized seed beads and what does it mean to be the galvanized seed bead, and when it has that metal coating on it, how is it going to affect people that have metal allergies? So looking at some of the different types of metal seed beads or metal coated seed beads, we're going to delve into that and discuss different options, when not to use, and how it might affect someone that does have metal allergies. So in most of my pieces of jewelry, I love the look of metal seed beads. I love how it gives that nice jeweler's edge to it. You have that gold or silver or rose gold or platinum color that really adds a pop and elegance to your designs. Now, what happens if someone has an ear or a metal allergy that they know of? Do the Duracoat, do the PermaFinish, do the galvanized seed beads affect people with metal allergies? So to start this question out, we need to think about what are seed beads that have those metal coatings. So the seed beads themselves, and you can see examples here in the chip fringe, in a line bracelet, even in the Hubble stitch, or even in the under the sea earrings that I'm wearing. Using these seed beads is great, but what does the metallic coating mean? Well, seed beads are all going to be glass. So these beads are glass, and then they are coated with a metal coating. Some of them you'll notice are not bright silver. They are not bright gold. You can have coatings in the seafoam or in the magenta color or in that raspberry color or even the rose gold color. Now, those aren't necessarily coated with a bright pink metal or with a cranberry colored metal or with a seafoam colored metal. These are coated with a metallic coating and a metal base, and then pigment or coloration is added to it. So think about the fact that all of these beads that you see in these these metal tone colors are in fact glass, and then they are coated with a coating. Not only are some of these beads metal, but you can also have some silver lined beads as well. One of the great things when it comes to allergies is that the metal content generally is not going to be an issue for people that suffer from metal allergies. If you're using like an earring like I have here, I have those gold seed beads there along the edge, but you'll notice that where it does matter is what you're putting into the ear. So for earrings, does it really matter if you're using metal earrings? Not really, because they're not going to touch the ear. When it comes to necklaces, necessarily you might not have that touching the neck very much at all. When I think it's the most important to think about is for bracelets. So if you're doing a bracelet like in the line here, you know that you have a coating of silver that sits on top of the glass bead. Now, yes, there is going to be metal that is used to coat these beads and to get this finish. However, both Toho and Miyuki brand, which are two, in my opinion, of the superior seed bead brands from Japan, are going to have coatings on top of them to keep these metal colors in place. When you put a coating on glass, it can rub off. So both Miyuki and Toho brands have created a coating or a lacquer that goes over top of these Duracoat or these coated galvanized beads. PermaFinish is what Toho is going to reflect it as, and Duracoat is what Miyuki is going to reflect it as. What that is a clear coating that goes over top of that metallic coating on the glass. That Duracoat or PermaFinish coating is going to allow you, even with allergies, to use these beads because the metal itself is not going to be touching your skin directly. You're really going to have this PermaFinish bead here, and touching the skin is going to be that clear coating that is on the outside of the bead. Also keep in mind that you can trick how you do the design. So if I would switch this out for a 6mm rather than a 4mm bead, the bead itself is going to sit on my skin, whereas the smaller seed beads are going to kind of float right above the skin. So if you're worried about some metal allergies, think about how you can be creative and possibly use this for fringe metal in the middle of your necklace and not have it be that touches your neck. Use the metal beads on earrings like I have here because, again, that does not touch or affect what you're working on. So long, short, people always want to know if I'm using a 24 karat gold plated bead, if I'm using a sterling silver plated bead, if I'm using a regular Duracoat galvanized or a galvanized seed bead. Yes, they do have a little bit of metal in them. Is that metal generally going to affect those people with allergies? No. Can it affect people with allergies? Absolutely. So you have to look at it on the spectrum of the risk kind of versus the reward. If you want that metal look to it, think creatively, use it in earrings, use it in a pendant where it's going to touch against clothing more likely, and make sure that the band that's around your neck is going to be maybe a solid bead. So using a black bead instead of the gold here, and then just having the metallic bronze beads hang down when you're looking at them. So think about how you can utilize those beads if you're really, really sensitive or you're really worried. However, I want to stress that the PermaFinish and the Duracoat coatings, which are basically a clear glaze that goes over top of either the silver lined or these metallic finishes in the galvanized beads, is amazing. It holds up really great, and you generally do not have to worry about it. If you are really, really worried, you can even take something like Permalac, which is our coating that you can put over the beads as well after the piece is finished. So those are some good ideas if you really do have high metal allergies. You can even use that same idea here, putting a clear protective coating over a finding or an ear wire as well that you're worried may affect the actual finish of the beads and how they affect on your skin. So do the metal and the PermaFinish and the Duracoat beads and the silver line beads have metal that is coated on the glass? Yes. Is this generally going to affect those with metal allergies? No. If you are super, super, super worried about that, I would get somebody to be your guinea pig if you want to make something for somebody. Have them wear it as an anklet and see how it affects the skin around their ankle. The most you're going to see it affect, generally speaking, is going to be the bracelet, because that's the area that is constantly going to be rubbing apart rather than a necklace or a set of earrings. So that's a good way to try that out and to see the effects that it has. But you should be good with the PermaFinish as well as the Duracoat beads when it comes to using the galvanized metal seed beads and worrying about allergies. As always, these Better Beater episodes are made to make you a better beater. We like to inform the community of things that we have found, questions that come up in our Facebook group, or even concerns that come into a customer care team here at PotomacBeads. If you ever have any questions or you need some answers, go ahead and comment below this video, and we can let you know in a future Better Beater episode some more information or answer some of those questions that you may have. If you have additional information that you would love to share with our community members, don't be afraid to post that as well. As always, you can give a little thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here at PotomacBeads. As always, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this episode did make you a better beater, and stay tuned for our next inspirational design.